Hey, I'm JK in Motion, and I'm making a video for anyone who's new to Bannerlord 2 to figure out how to raid villages and when and what's the best time and some tips and tricks on how to stay safe when doing it and how it goes. So, the first thing you want to be aware of is you should mainly or only raid villages when you're at war with someone, and let's say you're not a king, you don't own a kingdom yet. You're gonna start a war and maybe get kicked out of your faction if you start a raid on any villages without any permissions or if they're not already at war. So first, we're at war with this rebellion faction to the Crusades, which I'm a vassal of. First, you want to go over to the village, and now you want to see take a hostile action. Yeah. So you get 3 actions. You could either raid the village, which will get you supplies of whatever the village is. So if we look at what this village is, at the production of it. Okay, the production is mainly salt. So when you raid a village, the main supplies you're gonna get is whatever the production is. So when we raid this, we're gonna get a lot of salt. If we raided this village, the production is sheep. We're going to get a lot of livestock and sheep. If we raided this over here, we're going to get raw silk. So that's something to take in, because sometimes you want horses, raid a village with horses. If you want livestock for food or just to sell, probably for food, raid a village that has livestock. So this will have salt. We're just going to do this one. So you could either click raid, or you could force the nobles to give you recruits. I love this option right here. Because, let's say they have recruits I want. Like, let's say I wanted these recruits. I like these, what they go into. But if I wanted them, you would click on this and you would fight them. And you would force them to give you their recruits for free. You don't have to pay for them at all. You just steal them. Now, the third option, force peasants to give you supplies. You don't need to do that. That's useless. It's pretty much just raiding. Don't do this one. Just focus on the raid and force nobles to give you recruits. So, once you raid, you will fight. You'll fight a battle, but since I'm powerful enough, they just let me do it. So now you see, let's pause it. You see a loading bar, or a raiding bar. So it's gonna spend time in game, and you're just gonna start raiding it, and you're gonna get all these goods like salt, cheese, salt, and grain. See, because it's a salt village, we're going to mainly get salt. And over time, this whole bar is going to fill up until you're completely done raiding the village of all of its goods. So, trick for this is, look how this guy's raiding here. They're the village of this area. So let's say you're a small army. You only have 30, 20 troops, 40 troops, and you have to fight. So while you're raiding, people from the neighboring enemy empire are going to come over and try to attack you and try to stop you from raiding the village. A lot of the time it is bigger armies. It will be an army of like 120 or 90, and they're bigger than you, and you know you can't win that fight. So what you want to do is constantly just be hovering over the pause, and once you see them inbound heading towards you, even for a slight second, hit pause in raiding and go away. That's just to be safe. That's the most safe thing you can do. But when you do finish raiding the village, the village will be completely useless. You can't do anything until it recovers. But you will have all of the supplies you raided from it. Especially if you raided the village like I just did, and you stopped halfway through it or a quarter, you get all the supplies that you just saw on that screen. That's very good to know. So, let's say I wanted to take all these. Oh, there's a lot more than there was before. Let's say I wanted to take all of their recruits. See, they didn't want to fight me because I'm too powerful. And I could just take all the recruits if I want for free. I don't need them, so let's just put them back. And that's how you raid a village. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Yeah, there's only 2 villages over here, and all of them are raided. Yeah, that's how you raid a village in Bannerlord 2. Thank you.